Okay, now, one of the most difficult situations is practically to understand exactly how companies work
Right.
when you're shopping around. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, now, why is it so difficult? It's difficult because you're looking for a number.
Right.
And if you're not ready, everyone's going to give you just any simple number just to lock your interest to what we call it. It's like a hook. You know, it's just they just want to convince you on something. Now, let me tell you exactly how this works. When you're shopping around, they're going to give you whatever they want. Okay. So, for example, my question to you is: are you looking for just a number, or are you looking to actually make a decision today?
I'm looking to make a decision today.
Okay, so the majority of the agencies that have been giving you different options, and you said someone gave you $40 to $50, right?
Right.
Okay, they're just giving you numbers. And let me tell you exactly how it works. Now, when you shop around, there's two things that we're going to look at. One, how agencies work, and the other option is how quoting works. Okay, so let's start with quoting, for example. Now, there's a quoting system that it's called FSC. Okay, this is our quoting system. Our quoting system. Okay, and obviously their website. Okay, so those are the two things. Okay, so. Forgive my sloppy writing, okay? I used to always get in trouble at school, okay? But I guess it doesn't matter anymore. We have computers. So, quoting system and the website. Now, this is the way it works. Now, for our quoting system, this is technically something basic. So, we are going with something basic, and this will be actual. Be accurate. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, if we shop around, every agency uses an FSC, uses the same quoting system. We put in, the basic information, and then we'll give you something based on whatever we have.
Right.
Now, this is not accurate at all. It could change because the insurance company is the one that actually confirms the information. So what we need to do is, let's say, for example, if you're ready today, I'll give you something basic, but then I have to run it through their website. Does that make sense? And the website is actually going to give us something, well, it's going to give us the exact monthly payment. Now, if you're shopping around and you're telling the agent, like you just told me earlier today, that you're not 100% sure if you're going to make a decision, and you're giving me the impression that you're not ready, my job is to give you something basic. Now, the majority of the agencies, they're going to give you something basic, but they're just going to give you something that sounds good.
Right.
40 or 50, okay? Based on 70 different companies that don't have 40 to 50. So what does that tell you?
That I was quoted wrong.
That, yeah, of course, that you were quoted incorrectly. That they just gave you something just to satisfy your request.
Right.
See, my job is to give you information before giving you something. Before giving you any prices, my job is to give you information. I don't want to compete against the 40 to 50, especially if the 40 to 50 is not accurate. Does that make sense?
Right.
So if you're shopping around and you're not ready today, they're going to give you something basic, and 90% of the time it's going to be wrong. Because it doesn't matter, does it?
No,
I mean, let's say you're quoting, right? So let's say, for example, let's say you want a freeway. Well, you said free. Was it freeway or?
Yeah, it was free.
Okay, so freeway gave you 40 to 50, and how long ago has it been?
It's been like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So let's say, for example, you walk into the same office, you sit in front of the same agent, and you tell them I'm ready.
Right.
I'm ready to take advantage of those 40 to 50.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what if they start giving you different factors that the price was only good for that day? They could make anything up. You don't qualify for that price anymore. Isn't that the way the majority of the businesses work?
Right.
You only qualify for a certain price, for a short amount of time.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, what if they tell you, look, I'm no longer able to offer you the 40 to 50? Are they losing anything?
Not really.
Not really. As a matter of fact, they gained something.
No.
They brought you back into the office. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying you're gonna make a decision with the with whatever the price they gave you, right?
Mhm.
That's really up to you. But their job is to give you something that sounds very good, that sounds good enough for you to come back.
Right.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Because once again, you gave them the impression that you weren't ready.
Right.
Okay? Now, the way I work a little bit different. You don't have insurance, right?
No, nothing.
So, to me, it's my responsibility to actually give you information so at least you could leave with insurance today. You went to 2-3 different agencies. Okay, that's more than enough to actually make a decision today.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So once again, everyone is giving you something based on their quoting system, okay? Unless they run it through the website, it's not accurate. The way I work, I'll give you something based on the website. Why? Because I want to sit down and give you numbers that are realistic. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
I don't want to give you something just because it sounds good. And I'm also a great believer that you don't have insurance right now.
Right. No.
Okay, and if I review all the consequences of driving without insurance, maybe that's enough for you to make a decision today. Why? Because you have never been in that situation. Most likely, you have never thought of what if I get pulled over? What if I got to pay $700 for a ticket? Does that make sense?
Right.
You're just shopping around because you're looking for the lowest option. What is the lowest option?
I don't know.
Exactly. So when are you going to make a decision? You know how you're going to make a decision?
How's that?
You're going to make a decision based on how comfortable you feel, okay, with obviously the person or the agent or the agency that you're getting the information, okay? 40 to 50, this is very good. You should have gotten 40 to 50. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're going to make a decision not because of the 40 to 50. 90% of the time we have $40 to $50 in our pocket or in our bank account.
Right.
We drive, we need gas money, right?
Right.
So I'm pretty sure you had 40 to 50. The reason why you didn't make a decision, because maybe they didn't convince you. And not based on the price, not based on what they tell you, just based on, trust and, how comfortable you feel. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because for you to make a decision, you're also going to make a decision based on how comfortable you feel with the person that's helping you, right?
Right.
It's not only based on the price. So once again, quoting system is only going to give you basic information, okay? Now, do you want a number that's incorrect, or do you want something that's going to be accurate so you can actually make your decision?
Something accurate.
Okay, so in that case, let me check the system. Now, and I'll just give you something for you to keep in mind as well. Let's say, for instance, since we do work with 70 different companies, the majority of the companies, I'll give you a quick example. Let's say Freeway, for example. Let's say Adriana's. And let's just say Cost Less, different company. Now, these companies have anywhere from 15 to 20 agencies that they work with. Sorry, 15 to 20 companies that they work with. See, the way it works, you can go to Freeway, they're going to give you the lowest option based on 15 to 20 companies, okay? Adriana is 15 to 20 companies. Cost You Less, 15 to 20 companies. That's a total of roughly about 60 companies.
Right.
Does it make sense? That's equivalent to the options that we have. Now you're going to ask me, why do we have more options than these companies? And maybe these companies have been in business longer than us. Does that make sense?
Right.
And the reason why we have more options is we don't pick and choose what company we want to use. Does it make sense?
Right.
There's over 100 companies in the state of California. And everyone has the opportunity of using all of these companies unless they choose not to. So let's say, for example, maybe Freeway, Adriana, and Cost You Less, they've been in business for so long that they have built a reputation where they could choose what company they want to use.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Versus us, for us, it doesn't really matter what company we use. We want to offer the lowest options that we have. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So once again, quoting around, going to 3 different agencies, you're gonna obviously obtain an option, based on 60 different companies. Versus with us, we're gonna give you the lowest based on 70 different companies. Okay, we have more options than anybody else.
Okay.
Okay, so let me run the information. Let me see exactly what we could do.